Hello students, myself Dipak Zade. In this lecture we will discuss about how to find out resultant of parallel force system. What is required to find out resultant of parallel force system is Varignon's theorem of moments. So we will discuss Varignon's theorem of moments also, right? What is important? How to find moment of force. This one I explained, discussed in last two lectures, right? So go through that two videos so that you will understand easily resultant of parallel and general force system. With parallel force system is what? When lines of actions of all forces are parallel to each other. For example, suppose this one is what? A single rod hai. This one is one rod, horizontal rod hai, right? Number of forces are acting. Say I will represent what? Number one force. One force I will take at right end, and at equal distances I will add here forces. Purposely I have taken all in vertically downward direction, means same direction, so that easily you can understand concept of Varignon's theorem as well as resultant of parallel force system. Say magnitude of all forces are same, 100 Newton, 100 Newton and 100 Newton. This distance is what? Say 2 meter. This is also 2 meter. This is also 2 meter. Say this one is A. This point is what? B. This point is what? C. This point is what? D. Simple. एक parallel force system दिया है. Now resultant of this force system. So you must know meaning of resultant, right? Resultant basically क्या रहता है? When any number of forces are acting on any body, listen carefully, when any number of forces, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any number of forces which are acting on body, effect of all these forces, effect of all the given forces remains same if we will replace all these forces by single force. That single force is called as single equivalent force and is resultant. Means what? कि जो four forces are acting, what is the effect of four forces? Will remain same when we will replace these four forces by a single equivalent force, that is resultant. Means effect of four forces and effect of resultant is what? Same. Clear? What is the effect of four forces? So first you can try for what? See 100 all are downward, means resultant क्या होना चाहिए? 400 Newton downward, correct ना? Means all forces are acting in vertical direction. जैसा concurrent में RX, RY, R theta मिला था, ये तो सब vertical है. That means R is what? Simply add all forces along Y axis assuming upward forces positive. This is our sign convention. ये सब downward है, means this one what will get? minus 100. That means what will get? minus 400 Newton. Negative sign represents what? 400 Newton downward. ये तो आ गया रिजल्टेंट, बट इतना भी सिंपल नहीं है. कैसा? कॉन्करेंट में था कि ऑल फोर्सेस पासेस थ्रू सिंगल पॉइंट, तो रिजल्टेंट पासेस थ्रू सेम पॉइंट. दैट पॉइंट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्करेंस. अब ये रिजल्टेंट विल पास थ्रू व्हाट? दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Finding magnitude and direction of resultant easy है, but where this resultant acts? A पे act करेगा, B पे करेगा, C पे करेगा, D पे करेगा, और in between these points will get, that one we don't know. But you know कि effect of this 400 Newton and effect of this 100 Newton on the body remains same. Then only this is called as what? Resultant. What we'll do? All forces I will replace by single force. Say this one end is what? D, C. This one is what? End D. This one is what? A. Abhi direction you know. Okay, direction is what? Downward. Location I don't know. I'll represent anywhere. Say this is R equal to what? 400 Newton, and we'll assume that this distance is what? X. That means if we find out X, we'll get what? Point of application of resultant. ये जो point आएगा, this is called as point of application. See here, when non-concurrent force system, they are not passing through single point. What is the effect of all the forces? एक तो होता है कि translatory motion, other one is what? Rotational motion. Translation, when it is possible, is suppose body है and resultant acts in rightward direction, the body will move, translate in horizontal direction. Body always translates in the direction of resultant force. Newton's laws of motion, second law है ना, resultant force acts on a body, body accelerates, means translate होता है in which direction? Resultant force, F equal to ma. Other effect is what? Whenever you will get some movement, or if you will get movement of forces, body will rotate in the direction of resultant movement. See, what is rotational effect? Means movement of 100 Newton about A. The line of action of 100 Newton passes through A. Movement is what? 0. What is the movement of this 100 Newton about A? So at A will hold. Force कैसा है? Downward. How this will rotate? Clockwise. Movement of this 100 is also clockwise. Movement of this 100 is also clockwise. That means resultant effect जो है movement about A, taking anti-clockwise movements positive. क्या हो सकता है? पहले का 0 हुआ. For second force I will write now 100 into 2 clockwise है ना, this will clockwise. Clockwise means what? Minus 100 into 2. Next जो 100 है, डिस्टेंस क्या हो जाएगा? 2 plus 2 ना, फोर्स वर्टिकल है, डिस्टेंस हॉरिजॉन्टल. Next is what? Minus 100 into what is the distance? 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Means this one comes out to be how much? 200, 400, 600 minus 1200 Newton meter. 200, 400, 600, 600 and 6. In negative sign is what? ये है 1200 Newton meter clockwise. See, this one is what? Rotational effect due to all the forces. This is what? Sum of moments of all forces. Means total rotational effect due to all the forces is what? 1200 Newton meter. Now same rotational effect you must get due to this resultant force. There you go. 400 downward, movement about point. If you take 400 into x, ये rotational effect है. Rotational effect due to all the forces and rotational effect due to resultant must be same. Means this one equal to this one, so this becomes resultant. Sum of moment is what? 1200, which is equal to 400 into x. Means what you can write? Sum of moments of all forces about A equal to moment of resultant about A. Actually आया कहाँ से? Definition of resultant. Definition of resultant is what? Effect of all forces and effect of this force must be same, or effect of all the forces remains same when we will replace all forces by single equivalent force and is called as resultant. So when we will equate it, it is from definition of resultant, and this is called as what? Varignon's theorem of moments. What should be the statement of Varignon's theorem of moment? Sum of moments of all the forces about any point is equal to moment of resultant about same point. Effect of all forces about A you have taken, the moment of resultant also about A. Sum of moment is what? 1200. Clockwise है minus. Moment of resultant is what? R into x. Clockwise है R into x. R is what? 400 into x. What is the distance? 3 meters, right? Means ये जो distance है, this is what? 3 meter. 3 meter means somewhere here we will get this point. Means all four forces are replaced by single equivalent force. This is your R and this is a distance, right? So what is the statement of Varignon's theorem of moment? Sum of moments, नोट करो हाँ, sum of moments लिख के दो इधर. Varignon's theorem का statement है sum of moments of all the forces, sum of moments of all the forces acting on a body, acting on a body about, acting on a body about a point a point is equal to what? Moment of resultant is equal to moment of resultant about the same point, ये जो है this is what? Statement of Varignon theorem of moment. In equation form, how will write? Summation of moments of all forces about, say, any point O equal to what? The moment of resultant about same point O, sign convention same. This is in equation form हो गया आपका Varignon's theorem. Most of the exam में ऐसा पूछते हैं, what is the use of Varignon's theorem of moments? Applying Varignon's theorem, what you are getting? Distance means what? Point of application. What is the use of Varignon's theorem of moment? To find out point of application of resultant. Mostly orals में question पूछता है, oral वाइवा रहता है ना at the end of semester. What is the use of Varignon's theorem of moment? To find out point of application of resultant. ये हो गया Varignon's theorem. This is now ये parallel force system का resultant आ गया. That means what are the steps in finding resultant of parallel force system? So step number 1 is what? First step is this one. Is what? How to find out magnitude and direction of resultant? Means to find magnitude and direction of resultant, use equation. Can I erase this one? ये हो गया ना अभी, this one we are done, right? To find out magnitude and direction of resultant, which equation will use? Here which equation you use? R is what? Summation of Fy, because all were vertical. अगर horizontal forces रहेंगे तो will apply equation along x-axis. Means so R is what? R equal to summation of Fx, assuming rightward force is positive. If they are horizontal, all forces are horizontal, R is summation of Fx. और अगर all forces vertical है तो summation of Fy. Using this one will get what? Magnitude and direction of resultant is step number 1. Step number 2 में क्या होता है? You will get point of application of resultant, and this one will get using what? Using this equation which represents what? Varignon's theorem of moment. Step number 2 is what? Applying Varignon's theorem of moments. Applying Varignon's theorem of moments, find point of application. Find point of application of resultant. इसको थोड़ा एक इक्वेशन में लिख सकते हैं कि sum of moments of all forces about any point taking anti-clockwise movements positive equal to what? Moment of resultant about same point. This is your Varignon's theorem in equation form. That means to find out point of application of resultant, Varignon's theorem, and to find out magnitude and direction of resultant, maybe R is summation of Fx or R equal to summation of Fy. Using this one will get what? Resultant of parallel force system. First step से क्या आता है? Magnitude and direction of resultant. Second step से क्या आया? Point of application of resultant. Next lecture onwards, what we'll do? We'll solve problems of parallel force system. Maybe some problems we'll solve, 7-8 problems, right? Then general force system and some problems, right? What is important? How to find out moment of force. Clockwise when anti-clockwise, which is positive, which is negative. Clear? Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.